Hi you guys, it's Lisa. Thanks for stopping back at my channel. I wanted to show you another art journal that I am making. Hopefully get it published in Artjournaling magazine. And the request this time was to make a journal for spring. And this is what I came up with. So I wanted to just run through the journal with you. And then I have documentation for when I send it in tomorrow. So super easy front cover. I'll zoom in a little bit for you. Here we go. Covered it with some fabric material, has a dragonfly on it, of course. I've got some Tim Holtz ephemera, they're metal sentiments. It says create and inspire. I have a wooden piece here that says dream, and I just attached some little embellishments onto some of that, I don't know what it's called, chain. And then it has love. There's a little heart lock. And this one says wish on the outside of this jar. And inside this jar is some dried zinnia seeds. And you would be able to plant those. We have a bread here with a butterfly and some tea-dyed little flowers, paper flowers. So I just attached it with some basic gardening twine. So I thought that was appropriate since this journal is all about gardening in spring. So I'm going to just take it apart, open it up. We'll set that aside. All right, and I'm going to need to get as much in the frame as I can here. Apologize for the poor videoing, but we'll get through it. So I have some cheesecloth on there. Also, the back has a tea-dyed paper flower again, and some cheesecloth, and then a different image on the material. This is a butterfly, of course. So this is an accordion style journal. So it opens like this, and there are 20 pages long, and we will go through them step by step. So we have a tree here. This is a stamp by Judith. I have a little bit of a poem in here, and it is by a Canadian author, Rupi Karar. I'm not sure how to say that, but the first page, it says, when snow falls, I long for grass. When grass grows, I walk all over it. When leaves change color, I beg for flowers. When flowers bloom, I pick them. And I just thought that this was just perfect for my little journal here. And it's from her book, and the book is called The Sun and Her Flowers. This is a little embellishment made with a Tim Holtz fragment, and it has a bluebird on there. This stamp set here is by All Too New, and I colored things in with acrylic inks. And this stamp here that you'll see throughout the journal is also a stamp by Judith. So these two, the tree and the rocks. I love the rocks, and I used that to tie the pages together. Also, I have this stamp by Stampin' Up. It's just a textured stamp, and I love to use it in my art journals or artwork. It creates flow. It creates movement, and I really, really like that. And I have some whimsical stamp here, and I just colored it in again with some acrylic ink. And then for the white, I used this Presto jumbo correction pen that I've really been turned on to, and it is really, really a nice little tool. And this is a fine point one. I'm not sure if they make different pen points or not, but this was a fine point one. And I also have some small dragonflies throughout the journal. So again, some more trees, and you can see that the leaves are very sparse on the trees because it's spring. So I wanted that to reflect in the journal. Something that was on a piece of paper that I had, and I tea-dyed it, and it just said springtime, and I thought, well, this is perfect. I want to make this springtime journal, so I'll go ahead and put that in. Also, a little piece from the back of the paper pad, and it said special edition, so I thought that was real nice. A little stamp here, it says be a good human. And we have a squirrel on the bench here. He looks happy, and a cardinal in the tree. These trees here are with the cardinal, and that's a stamp set by Penny Black. Okay, I'm going to keep turning the pages here, and we'll open it up a little bit more. And here's what I did here. The butterflies are three-dimensional, and I used some of this copper wire for the antennae, if you can see that. Again, a little whimsical stamp there, and that is from a stamp set that this one belongs to. Trying to keep your interest moving throughout the book so that you can have some unity between the pages. The tree again, stamped by Judith. Here's just a little found words. It says the bird cherry tree. Another dragonfly there. We've got some pots tipped over with plants behind them beginning to grow. We've got again a dragonfly. We've got a potting bench with the pots and some dirt and things that are going to be ready to plant because, of course, it is springtime. I see something that I need to just do a little touch up here. These are cutting shears and a little bit of the silver paint kind of blurred the edges. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that back in while I notice it. We've got some more stamps by Judith. We've got some by stamps by Your Creative Studio. I'm absolutely in love with that company, so make sure you check them out. Here is a stamp that says there are always flowers for those who want to see them. This is a stamp in a stamp set by Paper Artsy. A couple more dragonflies again, and the splatter stamp, I like to call it. This one by Stampin' Up. So here we go. Get a couple more pages out. Here I have a flower wreath, and that is by Penny Black. A butterfly from a different stamp set. I also, again, colored those with acrylic ink, and I had some found words from not really sure where, maybe a magazine, and Season of Expression is what I put there. A stamp here that says Plant Sunshine. We've got the dragonfly again. Stamps by Judith Stamps. Big pot here with some flowers in it. Finding treasure is something that I really like to do in the springtime. I love to rummage sale, and I love to find treasures. So I had to have that in my springtime journal when the words came to me in a container of found words. I just dig through them and see what is speaking to me, and then I put them in the journal or on the piece of art. Again, the same tree, and we have a little area here of potted plants, and these are all herbs. So we've got dill, thyme, chives, sage, marjoram, and bay leaf. And a plant the world with Paint the World with Flowers, another stamp there. I'm not sure who that's from. Back here you'll see in the background I have a stencil that I put in there, and that is by Sean Petite. Cute little fence stamp. Again, we've got the rocks. We've got some greenery poking out back here. We've got a little sign that is with the copper wire to bring it together. It says never enough time, and the time is spelt like the herb, so tied that together from page to page. And I'll open it a little farther, and you will see here I did a whole bunch of different flowers, so like a flower garden, dragonfly in the back, and then I put these raindrops on there. Can you see that? I'll bring it up closer. They're dimensional, and I made those with this product right here by Nuvo. They're called Crystal Drops, and the color that I had was a gloss Caribbean Ocean Crystal Drops. So you just put a drop down, and then what you do is you take a pin and you go up, and it makes it look like little raindrops. So I like how that turned out. So the raindrops in the flower bed is going to create more flowers because it's spring. Here's a little message here. It says, inhale confidence, exhale doubt. And so that's kind of what I was doing while I was making this journal. I'm like, this is 20 pages. Are you crazy? Why are you making such a big journal? But it's absolutely perfect for this type of artwork. I really, really enjoyed doing it. Here I have a bird on a branch. I'm not sure the name of that stamp, but I colored it in as a robin, another dragonfly, and of course that splatter stamp and create the motion in the background. This stamp here says, let your dreams take flight. So I have the butterfly and the bird, and we're creating some common area here with all the same colors going through from page to page using the same colors. A 4-leaf clover, just because we could all use a little bit of luck, and I'm sending this in for submission, so I'm hoping maybe it will get chosen. Here's another one of those whimsical stamps that we had back here, and also here. Really like that stamp set. A couple more dragonflies, and then here on this I made a butterfly in a specimen container, and it says soulful. So that's a really neat little butterfly in that little specimen container, I call it. We have a little girl here that's laying in the grass under the trees, and she's just looking up into the sky, looking at the clouds. If you look at the background, I did some watercolor clouds back there, and all this wonderful texture on the tea-dyed background. And she's got flowers here around her. Keep turning the page. We're going into a butterfly section. I left this one also 3D, and the antenna is made again with that copper wire. I have a little fragment here in a bird and a little tiny feather that I placed in there. Super cute little detail. And you can see that there. Super cute. A couple more flowers, some dragonflies, and then a really, really neat stamp. Not sure. I think the name of the stamp set, it's by Joy Crafts for this butterfly. And you can always email me, and I can get you more details of the different stamp sets if you need exact names. And then we're already to the end of our 20 pages. I've got some different foliage here, and it's kind of reminding me that fall is coming, so we're getting a little heavier and a little bit darker, going closer to fall. Another monarch butterfly, dragonflies here, dragonflies here. I have some mushrooms in the picture. These are by Tim Holtz, and again, the rocks to keep it all flowing together, a specimen stamp which comes in this stamp set by Tim Holtz with the mushrooms. And this is just a piece of paper that was torn from the little magazine page that I had from here. This was like a back stamp, so I thought I would put it on the back part of my journal to keep it all flowing together. Again, that whimsical stamp at the end, and I did put that whiteout with the acrylic ink on there. And that's the last page, and I hope you really, really enjoyed this wonderful journal. I had a great time doing it. Really, really fun. I hope you enjoyed it. I love comments. You can definitely send me some comments on email, or you could join our Facebook group, which is Everything Paper and Glue, and maybe you'll be interested in seeing some other projects that we have there in the group. Just wanted to show you the other side of this journal. This journal is made out of watercolor paper, and obviously I didn't tea dye the back as I did the front because I wasn't sure what I was going to do here. So maybe next time I'll work on the back of the journal. I so love this style of journal, and it was my first time creating in it. So I hope you enjoyed it again, and thanks again for stopping. We'll see you again soon. Bye.